How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Two Pro Sports Podcast. I am your host, Hunter Smith, and I'm here with my brother and co-host, Dakota Smith. How are you doing tonight, Dakota?
It's been a minute. It's been a few minutes.
Is an understatement.
It's been a few minutes. It has been a few minutes. I was going through, I think week 11 was the last time we talked. That was we didn't do the Thanksgiving. So it was before Thanksgiving, the last time we recorded one of these.
Yeah.
I think the World Cup stuff was the last time we talked.
It was. Shout out to the holidays and college finals. Yeah.
Busy schedule.
Essentially.
Yeah.
That's what it came down to. And starting this one, we've had a little bit of technical difficulties already.
As you can see, my headphones aren't working, so.
Yeah, and my thing already quit once.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know if you noticed, but we'll see what happens. There probably was a little bit echo there, but
it's okay. We'll survive.
It'll buff. Well, we're here to talk about the NFL for the first time in a long time, as the Wildcard Round is this weekend, and when you're watching this, it is today at 3:30 is the first one, and the second one's at 7:15. We're going to make our predictions for the first round of the playoffs here, and then we will do it for every other round as it continues on. First game to start off the wild card is the NFC. It's Seattle versus San Francisco. It is at San Francisco, so they do get home field advantage. What are your thoughts initially?
Well, initially, I don't like the fact that you're playing a divisional opponent right out of the gate. And, since we last talked, Jimmy Garoppolo is not the starter for San Francisco. It's Mr. Irrelevant himself, Brock Purdy. And he's been good, but that San Francisco defense has turned it up to a whole nother level.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Seattle. Actually, I'm going to say poor Detroit, because I wish this would have been Detroit.
Yeah.
I really, really wish this would have been Detroit. But the Rams and that awful franchise couldn't beat the Seahawks in week 18, even though they had every opportunity. Imagine going from winning the Super Bowl to being that bad. Didn't take much.
Yeah, it didn't.
did not.
Basically the same team, too,
Yeah, well, Stafford got hurt. Kupp got hurt. Everybody else got hurt. Aaron Donald got hurt. Yeah. You don't have an offensive line. Buffalo kind of exposed them that opening night. And then from there on out, it was pretty bad. And, they had that one good win on the Thursday night when Baker orchestrated that great comeback. But,
yeah.
No, I think this is San Francisco's game to lose.
Yep, I agree.
These, like I said, they've played twice. San Francisco won the first one 27-7. They won the second one 21-13. So two not super high scoring games.
Yeah. Could be looking at defensive showdown here, really.
Yeah.
But depends on both teams. 49ers, I know, obviously, not the quarterback they would want. I don't think any 49ers fans would be like, yeah, we want Purdy come playoff time. But
he's been good, though.
He hasn't been bad, yeah.
He's been good.
The Seahawks, Geno Smith is Geno Smith this year. I don't know.
Probably comeback player of the year.
Broke the passing record. He broke the passing record, right?
Broke Russell Wilson's Seahawks passing record.
So,
good job, Denver.
I think it will be a good one, but I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to have to say 49ers here.
No, I think the 49ers win. I think this is why you went out and got Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
This right here. This is why you went and got Christian McCaffrey. I think they lean heavily on Christian McCaffrey, and Elijah Mitchell's back too. So I think they lean heavily on those two. Get the rookie quarterback comfortable. Don't make him do a whole lot. Don't put him in positions to lose the game.
Yeah.
Let your running game and your defense do the work.
Yeah, no, I agree. 7:15 game on Saturday, or today as you're watching, the Los Angeles Chargers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. It is home for the Jags in the first AFC matchup we'll see this season, the playoffs. This could be a great football game.
This might be the best game of the 6. This might be the best game. And the reason it's the best game is because there are injuries in the other games that make them not as good.
Yeah.
The next game.
To clarify that.
The next game we're going to talk about would have been the best one if a certain quarterback was healthy. But by the way, the Jaguars went to LA in week 3 and beat the Chargers 38-10.
Yeah.
2 very different teams at this point, but
absolutely pummeled. And
both teams coming in playing pretty well.
Yeah.
The Chargers have won 1, 2, 3. The Chargers have won 5 straight coming into, the Chargers have won 5 straight coming in. The Jaguars have won 5 straight. The Chargers have won 4 of 5. Yeah, the Chargers have won 4 of 5. Jaguars have won 5 straight. Because the Chargers dropped that Week 18 game at Denver, and Brandon Staley and his continuously bad decision-making played his starters the whole way through, and guess what? Now they're playing this weekend without Mike Williams. Good job, Brandon. Good job. Good job. Great coaching job. That man, Justin Herbert's the only reason that man has a job. The fact that Justin Herbert is as good as he is the only reason.
I didn't say it, but yeah. I think this will be a really good one. I'm gonna try to watch it. I won't be able to watch the first one we talked about due to basketball, but yeah, no, I think this will be a good one. I'll try to get it on my laptop or the TV, but I'm gonna go with the Chargers, even away from home. Both teams, like you said, have been playing decent. They've both been playing well. But I don't know. I think the offense can be too much. Chargers defense hasn't been as good as what we all thought.
I mean, they've been a little bit better, but
I think they've gotten better as the season's gone on a little bit.
They've played pretty crappy quarterbacks lately, though.
See. Yeah, that's true.
I
got the Chargers.
I would like to, as a Chiefs fan, I would like to avoid having to play and try to beat the Chargers for the 3rd time. I would really like to avoid that. But I also don't know if I want to play Jacksonville either. But yeah. And we'll get to the other 2 later, because I think the winner of this game ends up playing Kansas City.
Yeah.
So I think that's your consolation prize for winning this game. You get to play the Chiefs.
Yeah, and actually looking at it as a Chiefs fan, honestly, I'd rather play these teams than
I would rather play actually, I don't know if I'd rather play either one of those teams, because I think their quarterbacks are probably healthy next week.
Yeah. So I think I'd rather play one of these 2. But moving on to Sunday.
Hey, you didn't let me pick the game.
Oh, I thought you already picked. Oh,
I wasn't done yet.
I thought you already picked.
No,
it is.
I'm picking Jacksonville.
Oh wow, that was
I
really
just
anticlimactic.
This is such a coin flip. This is this is a quarterback matchup, though, we could see for years to come between Herbert and Lawrence. Because this team, Jacksonville's way ahead of schedule now. They were not supposed to make the playoffs this year. This team wasn't supposed to sniff the playoffs this year.
So this team was not.
Doug Peterson has done a fantastic job coaching this team.
Agreed.
And they got a lot of weapons. Evan Ingram finally is the guy everybody thought he was going to be when Evan Ingram was drafted.
Yeah,
he's
been playing
finally
really well.
The guy. ETN is great. Christian Kirk is also finally that guy. Zay Jones is now magically a good wide receiver in the NFL. Jacksonville's got weapons. I mean, they didn't look great against Tennessee, but they did that defense did what they had to do. They forced that sack fumble that got returned for a touchdown. That was a great game to watch last Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, I saw this on social media, though. Trevor Lawrence has never lost on a Saturday in high school, college, or the NFL.
I've seen this. I saw it last year, I think.
Trevor Lawrence has literally never lost on a Saturday.
That's impressive.
It is. Well, in high school, you don't play on Saturdays. college you play every Saturday, but one of his losses was to Burrow in that national championship game, and that was on a Monday.
So kind of lucked out there, but I mean,
that was
kind of impressive.
Ever, so yeah, no, I think I would like to see. I'd like to see Jacksonville win this game. I think it would make. I think a Chiefs Jaguars divisional round game would be pretty good.
Yeah, at Arrowhead too. So, you done now?
Yes, I am done.
Okay,
we can move on to Sunday.
Sunday, January 15th. It's the first game that day at 12 o'clock on CBS. The AFC Dolphins at Bills. I'm going to get it out of the way very quickly. This is a massacre. It is the Bills. I'm sorry. You don't have Tua. Dolphins fans, it's over. Better luck next time.
Yep. I think that sums
it up.
That sums this game up pretty quickly. I don't think Tua's close either, because he got ruled out Wednesday.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tua play. Does Tua play again? That many concussions in that short of a time period?
No, I don't think he can play again this year. Like, well, play again, but like personally, I just don't think he should be. I mean, I don't know what they're looking at necessarily, you know what I mean? And I don't know what the training staff thoughts are, but honestly, I don't know if I trust the Dolphins training staff.
Then do we trust the Dolphins training staff?
Earlier in the year, so
yeah, that was
I don't know, a little questionable, but yeah, I don't know. I think he's done for this year for sure, and his future is, in my opinion, it's kind of up for question, which is unfortunate. Really,
I think it is too, and you're right. He looked good.
Yeah,
when like the Dolphins' offense when Tua was healthy, with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, one of the best 1-2 combos in the entire league at wide receiver, and they kind of fell off. And I just don't think there's any way Buffalo loses this game unless Miami can find a way to run the ball and control the clock. I mean, I'm a K-State Wildcat, but no. Skylar Thompson was a good college quarterback. He has been not great in the NFL. He has been underwhelming in the NFL. I don't know what his exact stat line has been in the NFL, but we'll take a look at that.
Not good enough?
Not great. In the 7 games he's played, he's got a 57.1 completion percentage, 5.1 yards on average. He's only thrown for 76 yards a game. I don't think he's 1 touchdown to 3 interceptions. Not good. This is the guy starting the wild card round for the Dolphins
against a good defense.
So really good against a good defense and against the team that is playing for something.
Yeah.
By the way, if DeMar Hamlin is on that sideline for Buffalo by 50.
Okay. 50 is a little bit over exaggerated.
No. Okay, Buffalo by 30.
I was about to say 30.
Buffalo by 30.
I could see them beating them by 30 anyway.
I could too.
I don't believe in the Dolphins without Tua. It's really hard to see scoring. Even with Tyreek Hill and Waddle and the options they have is
like they scored 9 points against the Jets and got lucky. They kicked 3 field goals. They won that game 11-6 because the last play ended in a lateral.
Yeah.
Yeah, they 3 field goals and a safety. So I don't have much faith in Miami. I don't have any faith in that offense. And
I don't either.
Josh Allen is Josh Allen, so good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, that game in Buffalo where we thought they were going, me personally, I thought they were going to get blown out by Miami. Buffalo was going to blow out Miami when it was really cold, the weather was crap, all that snow, and then Miami hung with them till the very end. So,
yeah. Well, then if you've been literally living under a rock, of course, the Bills, like you said, they've got everything to play for here. I mean, they're doing it for Hamlin, for DeMar Hamlin.
This is all for DeMar Hamlin now.
Everything that's gone on with DeMar Hamlin over the past week and a half, It's been incredible to see him recover so far and doing well. Now back home and things like that, back in Buffalo and being taken care of.
Yeah, completely out of the hospital and everything.
So
that was a
it's great to see.
That was a bone chilling moment. We were like talking to we were on Xbox talking to each other when that happened.
Yeah.
And
it's great to see though. The Bills.
I hope he continues to progress the way he does. And
yeah.
They say he walks into that stadium, that crowd is going to erupt.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything whether he's going to be at the game or not.
Yeah,
I don't know if he can.
I wouldn't know until Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know if he can yet. But they got something to play for. They're playing for somebody. And yeah, I think the Bills just steamroll Miami. I don't think they have any issues here. This will be one of the games I probably won't watch a whole lot of because I might watch the beginning in case DeMar Hamlin is there because I do want to see that reaction from the fans and stuff. And
it's on CBS, so I can't even watch it. So even if I wanted to, I'll probably be watching Tottenham and Arsenal. But anyway,
of course you will.
Next game, 3:30 game, only NFC one of Sunday. Giants at Vikings is at the US Bank Stadium in Minnesota. And I'm gonna go just off rip here. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I love this Minnesota team. I think the Giants have done well this season. I think they've done really well. And I think they can improve on this for next year. And I think getting some playoff experience into this team will help a lot. But Minnesota's offense has been great all year. The defense is good. It's at Minnesota. And I think that's a big thing for me for this matchup.
Okay.
And Giants, younger offense, younger team. It's got to be Minnesota for me.
You no longer believe in Danny Dimes, do you?
No, I still like Danny Dimes, but
you no longer
Justin Jefferson is him.
Well, guess what? One of us has flipped their takes on Daniel Jones and the Giants, and it's me. I think they beat him. I think the Giants win this game.
Well, last time they played,
it was
27-24. Vikings won.
That game came down. That was a great football game too. That was a really good football game. That game came down to the wire.
Yep.
And I posed this question to somebody else I was talking to. Could you imagine if Daniel Jones had basically any other receiving core but his?
Well, say the same about Justin Fields.
Touche. But Brian Dable's done a fantastic job with Daniel Jones and this offense. They've been great. The question will be, can they keep up? Because you're right. Yeah. Justin Jefferson is that guy.
Yeah.
He always has been. And he will continue to be as long as he stays healthy. But, exactly. There's just one factor we got to remember. Kirk Cousins is the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. And asking Kirk Cousins to win a big game is asking a lot of Kirk Cousins. So I know they came back from that gigantic deficit against the Colts. That was more the Colts than it was the Vikings, I think. Or was it good? It was a mixture of the two. The Colts are just bad. But I think the Giants win this game. This is the one. This is my one upset. I felt like I had to pick one because I don't think the other one I'm going to pick is actually an upset because I think they're the better team. But I think the Giants win this game. Minnesota hasn't been great. The
Giants definitely can. And I don't disagree that they can't or anything.
I mean, their starters looked good in a half versus the Bears, but the last full game they played, they got demolished by Green Bay. And Green Bay couldn't beat the Detroit Lions on their home field on a Sunday night in Week 18 to get to the playoffs. So, I'm sorry. I think the Giants pull the biggest upset of the first round.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see it happening, but I think the Vikings offense is so good. I don't know if
And
the
that's
Giants can
fair.
hold them.
And I don't disagree with that take. I don't disagree with you at all. I think
Yeah.
Minnesota's very live to be in the NFC Championship game.
Oh,
But that means they would have to go through the Giants and then probably the 49ers.
yeah, and those two tough games. I mean,
Those are yeah.
um,
There's no cakewalk unless you're Buffalo in the next game.
yeah.
I
Well,
think
the next one, 7:15 on NBC. It's in Cincinnati. It's the Ravens at the Bengals. Bengals. Lamar Jackson isn't playing,
yeah.
and if you don't know, if you don't watch football at all, Lamar Jackson's slightly important. He has some
Only
slight
slightly.
importance.
Only slightly is he important.
Yeah,
But
I got the Bengals. It's at home too. I don't even see who's the Ravens quarterback right now.
as of right now, I think it's going to be Anthony
Is
Brown.
it
These two teams literally played last week.
sounds like a basketball player, dude?
They literally played last week.
Yeah, they
Like,
did.
not kidding. This is the same game that was played in week 18. And oh, by the way, the Bengals won that game 27-16. Anthony Brown was 19 of 44 for 286 yards and 2 picks. He threw for a lot of yards. Isaiah Likely was really good in that game, but Mark Andrews
Didn't play
didn't
bad.
play. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I just think
It's
Cincinnati's
the
too
Bengals
good.
for me.
I think they're way too good. I mean, they've been here before. Cincinnati has.
Yeah,
They did this last year. They made the run last year. But remember, they got pushed in the wild card round last year by the Raiders, who everybody thought they were going to blow out. So it's a divisional opponent. So, and I love this Bengals offense, but if the Ravens can turn the yards they had into points from like they I think that yardage wise, that game was actually pretty close.
I don't remember. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch. I couldn't watch anything
I
last
didn't
week.
watch it either. I can't remember what game was on TV. What game was on TV last Sunday? They out-yarded the Bengals 386 to 257.
Did Burrow play last week?
Yeah, Burrow played. Like, I think they turned it off a little early.
Yeah.
They got a defensive touchdown. Baltimore turned the ball over 4 times.
Well, that doesn't help.
That does not help your case, especially when you're playing a team as good as Cincinnati.
Exactly.
So if Baltimore can limit the turnovers, and they might have a chance in this game. Like, I just think Cincinnati comes out and does exactly what they did last week and jumps out to a big lead and just kind of coasts. They got out. They were 24-7 at halftime. They had a fumble recovery for a touchdown with 30 seconds left in the first half. That's kind of what got that's what got Baltimore. Right after they had scored a touchdown. Just shortly after they had scored a touchdown. It was a fumble recovery in the end zone. That is unfortunate.
It's just really hard to pick the Ravens without Lamar in a big game like this.
Yeah,
against a very good team.
I totally get that. Now I'm making the case for Baltimore. I don't think Baltimore's going to win. I think Cincinnati wins this game. I'm just saying there is a case to be made for the Ravens to stay in this game. Baltimore can run the ball. You can run the ball, control the clock.
Basically, them and Miami have to do the same things for them to even have a chance.
I don't think Miami can run the ball that well against Buffalo. Mostert's out too, so it's just going to be Jeff Wilson's going to be the lead.
It's going to be really tough for both these teams.
I wonder. I bet. Yeah, Dobbins didn't play, and Dobbins didn't play last week either. So if JK, I haven't. Hold on. That's actually big for me. That's big if JK Dobbins plays. Let me see. I'm not seeing anything that says he's not playing. So Dobbins plays. I think their running game can keep them in it because Gus Edwards, they had to go to Kenyon Drake last week because Gus Edwards got hurt early on too. They were without their top 2 running backs for basically that entire game. So Baltimore's got a shot. This one's closer. I think this one's closer than Buffalo and Miami.
Well, both got Cincinnati there. Kind of an easy one in some people's eyes, most people's eyes at this moment in time. But Lamar Jackson was in. Completely different story.
Yeah, if Lamar Jackson's in, I would honestly take Baltimore.
Yeah.
I think I would flip it because I think Lamar is that much to this team. So
Monday night in the last game of the wild card, 7:15 on ESPN in Tampa, Florida. Cowboys at the Buccaneers. This has the potential to be a good one too, but I really like the Cowboys right now.
They looked bad.
I really like this team.
They looked awful.
Yeah,
against
Washington. We'll ignore week 18 though. That's okay.
I would like.
Did Prescott even play the whole game?
Yes. Oh no. Well, no. They pulled him because they were behind by something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pulled him.
26 lost last week. Obviously, that's not a good look. But you look at everything else before that. It's a dangerous Dallas team.
Everything else before that was pretty good. Last week, bad. Very, very bad. They had beat the Eagles and the Titans coming into that. I mean, they lost to the Jaguars. That was on a late pick 6. Yeah. That play got that game got that's the game the Jaguars won that they shouldn't have. That's the kind of, go back at your Jacksonville, you look at that game right there. That's the game that got you into the playoffs.
Well, and both these teams coming off of losses in week 18. I mean, none of their starters played a tremendous amount. Like no one played the full game.
Yeah, for Tampa.
But the thing is, I look at the Buccaneers schedule, and this is what scares me. What scares me is it's a 35-7 loss to the 49ers in week 14. Week 15, 34-23 loss to the Bengals. You lose to the Chiefs. You lose to the Packers. You lose to the Ravens. The rest of your wins are mid.
Are against the worst division in football?
Yeah. And that's what scares me about the Buccaneers is the fact that they haven't been able to beat any of these big teams. Yeah, I would say the Cardinals are a big team, but they're not.
But you know what they do have? They've got Tom Brady in the playoffs.
They've got a guy who can barely walk.
They've got a guy who's done this.
That's what they have.
They've got a guy who's done this a few times. I mean, I'll give it to you though. They barely beat Arizona. They were lucky to beat Arizona with like their 4th string quarterback.
They just don't have any wins against any big teams. It's hard to pick them, really. I've got the Cowboys.
They had to come back again. I'm not mistaken. They had to come back against Carolina to win that game because Carolina was up 21-10 in the 4th quarter in that game, and Tampa Bay came back and won that one. I think Dallas bounces back, and I think Dallas wins this game.
I think it's got to be. It's really actually struggling for me to even make a case for the Buccaneers. It's just no wins against big teams, and you played in the absolute worst division in football.
They did beat Dallas though in week 1.
So bad, but that was without Dak, right?
No. That game was awful to watch. Dak looked bad in that game.
No, he did play. Yep.
Yeah, they looked bad in that game. But again, I think Dallas has looked a lot better. Outside of week 18, Dallas has looked fine. I mean, they beat the Eagles. Granted, that was without Jalen Hurts, but
yeah,
they did almost beat the Eagles with Cooper Rush. So
I actually didn't realize how bad the Buccaneers have been against good teams.
They're not good.
It scares me. I didn't like them at the beginning of the season. They're 8-9. They're not even over 500, and these boys made the playoffs.
Yeah, and guess what? Tom Brady's their quarterback. So you know what? They're probably going to win 2 games in the playoffs. Why? Because Tom Brady's their quarterback. I just don't think the defense can hold up. And I just don't. How far can Tom take them?
It really is down to that. I'm going to be honest.
It's down to the defense.
No faith in this team. I'm sorry, Buccaneers fans. I really don't.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
I think both Florida teams are gone in the first round.
That's fair. You mean all three
Actually,
Florida
all
teams?
three.
All
I
three
think all
Florida teams?
three. I think all
So the
three.
fun fact
Yeah.
about this entire round is that every single game in this round has been played at least once already. You go back and look at it. Seahawks and the Niners played twice. Jaguars and Chargers played. Dolphins and Bills played twice. Vikings and Giants have played. Bengals and Ravens played twice, and the Cowboys and Bucks played in week 1. Every single one of these games is a repeat of a game that's already happened. I don't know the last time that's happened, but that's gotta be a first in a long time.
Yeah. And then obviously the Chiefs and the Eagles have their buys. They'll get a week's rest, which can help or hurt a team, really. I mean, it could really do both.
Yeah, well, Andy Reid's great off a bye, so
the Chiefs would play the Chargers or the Jaguars, right? Am I right in saying that?
as long as the Ravens or the Dolphins don't win. So in your scenario, yes, they play the Chargers. In my scenario, they play the Jaguars. On the other side, though, for me, because the lowest seed goes to the highest, the 6th seed, which would be I have the Giants beating the Vikings, so the Giants would go to Philly, and then Dallas would go to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Could you imagine 3 NFC East teams in the divisional round of the NFC? Oh my gosh.
Well, I guess that's what happens when your division's good.
Yeah. Complete opposite.
Unlike the Buccaneers. Anyway.
Yeah, literally the complete opposite of the Buccaneers. Like, I'm pretty sure the Commanders, teams that didn't make the playoffs that had a better record than the Buccaneers.
You know, the division was bad. But the Panthers, Saints, and Falcons were all 1 game back to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they were all 7-10.
They were all 7-10.
The Commanders finished 8-1.
To be fair, I guess the division was entertaining in the sense of who you don't know who's going to make the playoffs. But
so
outside of that, good Lord.
I mean, the Lions had a better record. The Commanders had a better record. You said Green Bay beat Tampa, right?
Yes.
Green Bay beat Tampa Bay. So, yeah, so Green Bay would have had a tie break with Tampa Bay. So, yeah, the Buccaneers, not good. But here we are.
Yeah. Well, that's our predictions for the wild card.
Oh, we got all the way to the end, and then we had the technical malfunction. All the way to the end.
All right, got it. It's back. I'm going to finish this before it breaks again. I have got to buy something new or something. I don't even know, dude. Anyway, we're back. That's cool.
We are back.
We don't plan on going on any extended break again anytime soon. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. We'll get NBA back on track either Monday or Friday or whatever next week probably.
We'll get it figured out.
And yeah, we're happy to be back. Hopefully you guys are too, for the people that watch. You know what I'm saying? But that'll do it for this week's episode and the return of the Two Bros Sports Podcast. And we will see you whenever the next episode is. I can't really tell you when the next NBA episode is, but the next NFL one will be next week, right before the next round of the playoffs. So we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy the playoffs today if you're watching this beforehand. And we hope to have you join us next time on the Two Bros Sports Podcast. With that being said, I'm your host, Hunter Smith, and goodbye.